Yeah, the castle's going to be unassisted and up sharp.
Up sharp. Yeah,
It's
unassisted, up sharp. That is...
It's
Okay.
like, I'll even pay for your flight to come over.
No,
I won't.
No. That is going to be as pure gets. That's going to be so much pornography in one moment that we're going to have to break YouTube just to put them up there. Hello everyone, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means, the rails are yours with Train to Will 5. And it's time for another route to line up to become one of the ones the next rotation to see the chopping block. All the older routes are starting to drop by the wayside. Anyway, let's go to the trains and to the Ruhr-Sieg Nord route to do today's scenario, which is going to be freight exchange. Operate the latest shipment of steel eastbound to customers before delivering a train loaded with lumber to a nearby paper mill. So grab your ticket, get in line, Sheldon be as well to have some fun. 2 freight trains in one episode. My freight trains are popular around here, aren't they? I think we can go straight into it. We should be fine, no problem. Hello, 185. A steel train has been located, prepared, and needs hauling to the exchange yard north of Hagen. With that complete, we've another train that's got to come back the other way. Okay.
Simple, really.
It's a simple job. Somebody's got to do it, and it's a simple job.
Oh, this is the second time we actually recorded this.
Yes.
Because, funny enough, when we did it the first time, we were talking, and the next minute I noticed it stopped. And I said, is that the CIFA system kicked in?
And then we looked, and it still said 51 miles an hour, and we checked the clip back, and it had not recorded 2/3 of the clip. So...
Well, it's definitely recorded the whole of it this time.
Yes, we have checked, double checked, triple checked, and even quadruple checked. Have we got any paracetamol in here? Not ibuprofen.
I got Nurofen.
Does Nurofen have ibuprofen?
Hang on.
Yeah, check it.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't have it. Put 2 of them in my mouth and see what happens. I'll see you over there in a few minutes. It will not be a pleasant sight. And while you have me over the pad and whatnot,
Yeah.
and I write in anything that needs to be wrote in. No, I know where it is. It's alright, folks. I'm doing this video in a lot of pain. And I mean a lot of pain. You know it's bad when the pain is that bad that you're walking back from the doctor's and you're having to stop every few minutes just so you don't fall on the fucking floor. That's how bad the pain got.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And then I went into the co-op and I thought, oh, let's grab something. The shelves are fucking empty.
Yeah, because it's still that cyber attack that they had.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think.
Oh, well. They're stupid anyway.
No, the co-op had a cyber attack a couple of months ago and really fucked their systems up.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
The co-op had a cyber attack.
Yeah.
Marks and Spencer's had a cyber attack.
Okay.
I think Howard's as well, but I'm not too sure.
Harrods.
Yeah.
Alright.
But there was a few cyber attacks that went around the supermarkets.
Okay.
Shame it didn't hit Asda. They probably saw Asda thinking, now you're right.
Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to send something to work. Yes, give me that. I need to send something to work. Because I need answers here. I need answers as to why they took the Stoke shift off me. I'm offline. That's useful. And while I'm doing that...
The wise man once said, if you don't like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bells, you're missing out on a banger today. A banger that is so big that even a second attempt at this scenario is not big enough for this banger.
It isn't. It really isn't. And actually, I know who's on the fucking coordination today. I won't get an answer out of him because he has an issue with me. So I'll
leave it.
Leave it.
Yeah, not worth it.
Not worth it. I was like, yeah, I told you I handed Barnsley back. I told you I was handing York back. Can you tell me why you took Stoke off me? And And if he comes back with an arsey answer, that'll be it. Being honest, I don't see myself working with a Reaver much longer. I really don't. The amount of crap I've had with them since February, it's spilled over.
Because of the backsman training.
No, it didn't spill over. Well, I wouldn't say it spilled over because of the banksman training, but certainly that was a contributing factor. But while I was doing the Ingotston and the 4+ Oaken stuff, they messaged me. It was the first time they'd ever done this. They messaged me to see if I was still doing my work shifts. And I turned around and I said, well, hang on a second. This is showing a lack of trust here.
Yeah.
I've committed to doing it on the app.
Yeah.
I've said I accept the shifts. I'm doing them on the app. Right. Well, where should I have done on the 15th? Oh, that was it. I should have done Stoke on the 15th. Was it the 15th or was it the week before?
No, it was the 15th.
Yeah, 15th. I should have done Stoke on the 15th. I should have done
Barnsley that Sunday.
Barnsley, the Sunday just gone when we're recording this. I should have done York this Sunday. And then I had another Stoke shift further into August they handed to me. And I said, this is the first time you've done this. I've said on the app that I'm doing the shift. I've committed to this shift. I don't see why there should be this lack of trust that I'm going to show up. You want to be turning round and looking at the people that are signing in.
Yeah.
And then sitting at home. And then someone else got involved. And they were like, they were being nice. They were saying, we do value you, Ian. We know your hard work has not gone unnoticed, etc., etc. It's something new we're trialing.
Yeah.
We're just trying to iron out the kinks and whatnot. And then this one guy who has a problem come straight in afterwards, because we've not heard from you, we've nicked your shift off you. And I turned around to him and said, look, oi, we're dealing with it over here. And I completely flipped and lost it with him. I said, right, if that's going to be your attitude, Meek, take fucking Barnsley back, take fucking York back, and good luck finding people to cover them shifts, because I guarantee you fucking won't. And then the lady got involved, and she was like, come on, no, let Ian keep his shifts, but Stoke had gone. And then the week after, she was supposed to call me as well. We were supposed to have a chat. That call didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then the week after for Barnsley, I'm getting the message come through again. We've taken Barnsley off you.
Without even consulting you
Without
first?
even consulting me. And I turned to her and said, if you were aware of the situation, I'd already handed back Barnsley, I'd already handed back York. I took a week off to calm down and think about it. I was happy with my decision, and I handed them both back to you. And then next thing I know, he's not only have Barnsley and York disappeared, Stoke's disappeared off.
Again?
Yeah, the new shift in August.
Oh.
The new shift in August that they gave me. So I'm like, well, hang on. Why have you done that? Why the hell have you taken that shift off me? I said something about York. I said something about Barnsley.
But
I did not say Stoke in August. Honestly, I have got to the end of my tether with a Reaver. And no, the banksman training, that's only half the story. The story is, everyone else who works for a Reaver knew about it. I never knew about it. No one had bothered to even ask me. So what does that say if no one's even bothering to ask me? I'll turn round if they say you're going to car. I say no. I will say absolutely not.
No.
You cost me over 200 quid last time with your poor planning and poor handling of it. the only way, and this is the only way you will get me down to that course, is if you pay for it all in advance.
Yeah.
Because I am not doing that again. If they turn around and say they won't do it, I say, right, it's Derby or nothing.
Yeah.
Just remember to let me know, like you didn't do last time. Because they even sent through, what's it called now? Not an email. It was like, oh my god.
Memo?
No, you know, sometimes you get an attachment come through, and it's like, it's not a market survey kind of thing, but it's sort of like,
oh.
You know what I'm on about here, don't you? You
Feedback.
Feedback form, yeah, that's it, feedback form. It was like an online feedback form that they'd done, and they even said, we're looking at Derby on the, I think it was either 12th, 13th, 14th, or 13th, 14th, 15th.
Yeah.
But it was the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of that week. And they were like, which days are good for you? And I think I didn't put the Tuesday because it was up in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
But I said, Wednesday's fine, Thursday's fine. And I can come from 9 in the morning, I can leave at whatever time you need me to leave. If you want to leave at 8 at night, I'll leave at 8 at night.
Yeah.
Because I can still get back home. But that would work out absolutely perfect for me. And that was the last I heard of it. And then the next I heard of it was when I was working at Milton Keynes with a chap from up north.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the next banksman training on the 12th of May. And I'm like, well, that's news to me. And then when I was doing the Rugeley shifts at the end of May, the lass who was doing Hensford, she had to come down to Trent Valley to get the bus over to Lichfield to get up to Derby.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Derby, Burton. And she was like, did you do the banksman training with Arriva? I said, no, they didn't even bother messaging me. And I told her about everything they did with Cardiff and Swansea. And they were like, yeah, no, that's typical. That's typical of them.
Mm.
And right after, and even during the phone call I had with him before we sorted out in February, he was saying everyone is going to be banks trained eventually.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm going to be banks trained, why am I not even being given a call for Derby? It's on where we are. Derby is probably what, as you drive, half hour, if that.
Probably 40 minutes because it's half an hour to Burton.
Yeah, we'll say 45 minutes then.
Yeah.
Easy. And the location is just on the outside. I'll tell you where the location is. It is as you go over the road. You go over the railway. You know that railway bridge at the bottom of Derby?
Yeah, the Blue Railway Bridge.
You go over that.
Yeah.
And it's literally the other side of Litchurch Lane. Probably about 5-10 minute walk the other side of Litchurch Lane.
Yeah.
The Arriva depot. That's where it is. It is 45-minute drive, if that. And you're not even going to consider me for that. They need to get serious. I would red card them, but unfortunately I would need multiple red cards for them. So instead I'll just call them.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
By the way, we do have the steel, do we? We're just taking it down now.
Yes, we're taking the steel to the steel was in the siding, so we're taking it now to Hagen.
Oh yeah, well, we're going to talk about London Euston in this one. Before...
I think we were, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about London Euston. What specifically were we talking about London?
Oh yeah, during the disruption that we had over the weekend.
Oh god, oh my.
Because Euston Station's not actually fit for the modern day traveller.
It's not. It is just not. And anybody... No. You
remember now?
No. We're going to talk about it in... Were we going to talk about it in this one?
Yeah, because when we did the last video we were talking about it, you mentioned it for this video.
Yes, I did. Yes, sorry. It's alright, I'm getting the pain that's coursing through my shoulder area right now is is fogging my memory. But
we're
you
also
are right.
all over the place with recording stuff at the moment.
We're all over the place with recording things at the moment. There's only two certainties, and that's the two videos at the weekend, both of which are 3 hours long. But don't tell Sheldon.
You already told me, because you whispered it to the microphone.
He's right beside me, isn't he?
He is. I am.
Shall I grab that pen now?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah, well...
Are you sure you don't want me to grab that pen?
Fucking red card.
Thank you. Thank you.
Which doesn't really help
I
anyway.
fucked a cheerleader last night.
Red card.
Thank you. Yes. I had a very lovely night with a lovely young lady yesterday.
Anyway, Euston Station.
Yeah, no, Euston is not fit for the combined total of jack shit. And I think it needs to be studied now. But the problem is, right, I know it's not fit.
I know it's not fit.
You know it's not fit. Other people know it's not fit. Right?
Somebody's waiting to do their rant about it.
Who's waiting to do his or her rant about it?
Jen.
Lovely.
Because everyone knows Euston Station is not safe.
It is not. There is no... But the problem is, right, to make it safe, like they did a la Birmingham New Street, what do you do? What do you do? You can't do shit.
The only reason is you can knock it down, but then you got to send trains, either terminate them at Milton Keynes Central, Watford Junction, or divert them to another London terminus.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, that'd be brilliant, because that means loads of work for me coming my way if that ever happened.
Out of Euston.
Absolutely. You'd have to permanently relocate me down south.
Where would the overground go? Would they have to terminate at Queen's Park? Or Wilson Junction?
I'm trying to think where would be best to... No. I know where they would go. Because they would do what... Because I was seeing this on TikTok yesterday.
Oh no, they would just end up going to Stratford, would they?
Stratford, yeah. They would do the emergency to Stratford. So, because, do you know, there is actually something coming up, right? I can't remember which day it is. It's a Sunday. I know it is. It's definitely a Sunday. But the Mildway line has loads of Richmond Stratfords on it. And all of them, most of them are STP. And I'm thinking, well, hang on, what's going on here? Because I looked through the list and I looked through at Willesden. That is where I looked through. And you had the trains down to Euston. You had the trains up to Watford Junction.
Yeah.
You had the trains across to Stratford. You had the Bakerloo sorted. But every train that was coming off the Stratford direction was going to Richmond. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what's going on here? And then I thought, right, where's a good place to look on the Clapham stretch? I know, Kenny O. Nothing at all. Not even a replacement bus. Nothing. Every single train that was going down to Clapham has now been STP'd over to Richmond.
So there'll be more services for Richmond.
More services for Richmond. I suppose the argument they're using there is send them to Richmond because you can get over to Clapham Junction that way.
But they're not.
But no. What I mean is they're sending all their trains down to Richmond so everyone can get off at Richmond and use South West to get over to to Clapham Junction.
And then what about the other stations?
But exactly, what about Kenny O? What about Imperial Wharf? What about Shepherd's? I mean Shepherd's Bus. The argument is Central Line.
Yeah.
West Brompton. District Line. But what about Kenny O?
That's Sunday, so there would be a district service.
Oh, would there? So you're telling me I should have actually done my thing for Sunday and not for the Friday coming up for Kensington Olympia? Oh well.
Because usually they have a tube service on the weekend. Kenny O.
Okay. But yeah, that's the question. Where do you terminate all these trains from London? Because you can't send them over to Marylebone.
No.
There is a cord to get over to Marylebone.
You could do fast from Coventry.
Exactly.
Well, soon the East-West Rail Link.
So the East-West Rail Link, exactly. But the East-West Rail Link would then take them straight over to Paddington, and not. But Paddington's undergoing its own shit at the moment. For a fact, that is just how it is. It's undergoing its own thing at the moment. So where do you send them to King's Cross? But King's Cross is practically brimming at capacity already. So what's the only other option?
Well, you might just be lucky to get an hourly Advantage service out of there. But then you got to run it on the North London line or the Mile Main line with the other traffic.
Exactly, and you can't do that because the Mile Main's already at stretcher capacity. With that timetable, you would literally have to cripple the West Coast Main Line and make use of Watford Junction and or Milton Keynes.
The only other thing that I could think of is if you actually create, the platforms at Queen's Park.
Yes.
Have them installed. Or no, actually, no. Avanti could go to Harrow Wealdstone. They've done it before.
Oh, they've done it before. So, are you suggesting Harrow and Wealdstone?
Yeah.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
They've done it before.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I don't know if it was Virgin Trains at the time or Avanti, but some Pendolinos did go to Harrow Wealdstone to terminate.
That would be a good idea. I didn't think of Harrow and Wealdstone. I mean, certainly
you can have some at Milton Keynes terminated there.
Yes.
Or you can probably have some at Rugby terminated there.
Yes.
Some at Milton Keynes Central.
I guarantee you the ones off Scotland that go via New Street would terminate at New Street or International.
Yeah, more like International.
More likely International, because I think International can just about cope. Well, if there's no trains coming up from Thingy to Birmingham, then it'll cope no problem, won't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, there is literally no way.
Probably Rugby the best to terminate stuff.
Rugby would be a good. That's where London North Western will terminate.
Yeah, our service would terminate at.
Our services will terminate at Rugby.
Well, as they said, just divert it into Northampton.
Yeah.
Just have Northampton cruise.
Yeah, just have Northampton cruise. Should be on the drive now. Brilliant. Brilliant. I think I'm still on my Rockstar channel, aren't I? Am I still on the Rockstar YouTube channel?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. You can close those two pages down, that's fine. Anyway, here we are at Hagen Yard. Yes, we are, brilliant. So we can close that, and then it'll be on the drive. I'll sort that out, don't worry.
Yeah.
So let's signal though when you're ready to proceed, absolutely. We'll let him know. But yeah, Euston... But then the problem becomes, you're already making these new platforms for Euston.
But they're for HS2.
But they're for HS2. What on earth are you going to do for...
Or unless they're waiting until HS2's built, and then put the passengers onto HS2 services to Birmingham, why this happens.
Could do. But Euston badly needs some form of... I think that's Mumback. I think. If you just want to check.
Right.
Because I'm hearing a lot of movement. He's just going to check while he gets the chair arm that he's sitting on stuck halfway up his arse.
Oh no, she is back.
Oh, she is back. There we go. She's back. Well, you know what? He can put the shopping bike. I'm not entertaining him. But yeah, it's going to be one of those lifelong problems. I mean, but I remember when Birmingham underwent its massive renovation, they kept New Street open.
They did.
But I think they could only do that because Birmingham is subsurface. In a way.
Yeah, the platforms were down lower level.
Platforms were subsurface, yeah.
the platforms were sub-service platforms, but the concourse was a bit higher.
Whereas Euston, you can't do that. Everything
But
was on.
there was a way you could flow the people around it.
Exactly. But with Euston, you can't do that because everything is above surface. And everything goes in one direction. Whereas New Street, you've got double direction.
I'm sure the the HS2 platforms will be a bit lower down.
They probably may do.
So it's possible that he could do it as soon as the HS2 platforms open, but
That's not for another 4 or 5 years yet, isn't it?
no, it's longer than that. It's the 2030s now.
2030s, yeah. Well, as I say, at least 4 or 5 years.
The only problem is, though, it's the governments each time that fuck it up.
Yeah. They're all pissing around.
They're pissing around because at the moment, I was actually talking about this with Mozzarella Crew with somebody.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, HS2's not being built just to piss people off. It's to be built to help with capacity.
Yes.
That's always been built for, but the problem is, there's a guy called Railfocus. And basically he did a 2-part series of why the Victorians built it better. Because the comedy he hears every time when HS2's mentioned, oh, but the Victorians have built it better. Yeah, but the Victorians back then did not have all the shit that they had to deal with the modern world.
Exactly.
Like legal registrations. They got to protect trees, they got to protect wildlife. Back then it was like, no, get the fuck out of the house, we're bulldozer it down because we're building our railway there. These days you can't do that.
Exactly, you just can't...
Because there was a lot of things that Victorians could get away with back then that they can't do now.
Exactly, they just can't do that.
And plus back then, health and safety wasn't such a thing, so that's why there was a lot of people lost their lives. But that wasn't why a load of people were building at the time.
Oh my god.
What?
This dropped an hour ago. You may want to pay attention.
Is this train sim related or?
It's not train sim related, but it is steam engine related. Specifically, it's from Vintage.
Okay.
Are you aware of what took place in 1925?
The LER exchanges?
Yes.
Yes.
Locomotive exchange sales took place between Great Western's Castle Class and LER's A3.
Yep.
In 2025, as part of Vintage Trains' Railway 200 celebrations, we have a modern day recreation of these exchange trials and those in the subsequent years with our trains, the Shap Mountaineer and the Western Mountaineer.
Okay.
Each train will tackle the challenging gradients of the West Coast Main Line to Carlisle and return over the world famous Shetland Carlisle. In March, 45596 Bahamas, when it was working with Vintage, stormed over Shap Summit with speeds reported at 40 miles an hour at the top of the summit.
Yep.
One of the fastest ever recorded by a Jubilee class locomotive. Next week, Western Champion will tackle the route, which are expected to be faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one I'm interested in though.
Is this on the 27th?
27th of September.
Now I do have that Saturday off.
Are you ready?
I know somebody from across the pond is interested.
Here we go then. They will take on the exchange trial over Shap with one of their Castle class locomotives. The locomotive in question is going to be Clun Castle. Clun Castle going faster than the Jubilee over Shap Summit. Number one, everybody get down to the Shetland Carlisle straight away. Because...
So Shap is the West Coast.
Oh, Shap's the West Coast.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, Shap is the West Coast.
But I don't think we're going to go to Carlisle though after what happened.
No, we're probably not going to up in Carlisle. But you want the important bit of information about that run with Cluncastle? Is the important word that is right before their run over Shap Summit. Unassisted run.
They're not going without a diesel.
No diesel. And you know the other thing as well, from the sounds of it, they're going to do their water stop early, and they're getting rid of the water carrier. This is going to be a pure Cluncastle run.
No, I'm fucking interested.
I am so... Attention, Mr. Harnety. Attention, Mr. Harnety. Call in, Richard. You know what you should have, sorry? We should have everyone on speed dial. Could you call the best railway steam filmer in the world? Calling Richard Harnety. Oh, you're going to share that with him, aren't you? I'm going to share that around. Oh, John, or does Mr. H know about it already? Oh, yeah. Hello. Let me just type in here. Attention.
Yeah.
Attention, Richard Harnety.
That weekend, though, you're going to be sorry, because also during that weekend is Darlington.
Yes.
And locomotion number 1's going to be on the main line that weekend. So I do want to see that as well. So that'd be just a weekend for brilliance.
Oh yeah. Do I think Cluncastle will beat Bahamas? No. I'm going to put that... I love Cluncastle, but I'm going to say Cluncastle won't do it. I think she'll get close, but she won't beat... Because the all-time record holder over Shap is the Earl. She blitzed. She went up there and blitzed it. She paid for it afterwards, but she blitzed it.
What was the speed?
I don't know what the speed was, but she did Shap in sub 5. She cracked Shap in sub 5. Not even the Duchess could get close to that. And the Duchess was like, oh yeah, Shap Summit. Oh, where's Shap Summit? But there you are, let me share that with Mr. H. He probably already knows. But
it would be nice if we could get to Shap or close enough with the car.
Yeah.
With a car.
With a car, absolutely. You know what you should do? Call 1-800-SCOTLAND. Oh, you fat Scottish bastard, get down here. We need your car. We in it for me. Is that your brew? I'm on way. How to attract a Scotsman's attention 101.
I'll probably message John later and tell him it's like, yeah, the castle's going to be unassisted and up Shap.
Up Shap. Yeah, it's unassisted, like, up Shap. That is... Okay.
It's like, I'll even pay for your flight to come over.
No,
I won't.
No. That is going to be as pure gets. That's going to be so much pornography in one moment that we're going to have to break YouTube just to put them up there. That's what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. And I'm having that. Because I needed something. I may not get away with the P word in the intro, but I don't care. I don't care. That's going to be just absolute filthy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually going to see the Western next Tuesday. No, it's next Wednesday, sorry.
Shame I can't unless if someone's...
I'm probably doing the stupid idea and going to Preston.
Preston's not too bad.
No. Thank you. Yeah. No, I was... Thank you.
Oh. Preston's not too bad.
It's stopping at Preston.
Yeah.
So maybe Lancaster. If I can figure Lancaster into my plans, I might get it at Lancaster. Mind you, Lancaster to Wigan, that's not a bad showcase, is it? I can get that sorted, no problem. But yeah, here we are coming into Buell. I think it says.
That's what it's pronounced.
It's Boele. B-O-E-L-E. Bowl or Buell or something like that. I don't.
Or bowl or.
Yeah, let me see what. Thing he says here. Get up here. Thank you. B-O-E-L-E. Germany. Oh no, is that? Oh, it's Bowl. B-O-H-L-E.
Because there's actually 2 steam locomotives during that day on that line.
There we go. The German word bowler, meaning a plank or board. So it's bow L-E. Oh, so it's bowl. Yeah, bowl. Oh, hello. Premier Inn have just dropped me a 20% giveaway, Simon. Where were you about? Oh, yeah, when you book 3 nights or more. I'll get right on that. Yeah, just find me a cheap Premier Inn somewhere where I can use a 20% off. Book between the 24th of June and 7th of July for stays up to the 30th of September. I do have space at the end of September. Just saying. Will I get something cheap though? That remains to be seen. Anyway.
No, I better bump the prices up.
Yeah, I bet they would as well.
Bump the prices up so that people use that, but you still pay for what you're paying.
Yeah.
Around that.
Exactly. That's exactly what I think they would do. By the way, can I just have my other phone while I want to check something before we... that's it for this shift. We can close it up and then head off elsewhere. Let me just check something before I go. I want to see if that video has touched the magic number. And yes, it has.
Yeah.
That video is not stopping either. That's one of those look out, look out, look out. It's not stopping, it's not stopping.
And Hardy's commented as well.
No, he's just liked it.
Oh, he's liked it.
He has liked it. Unfortunately, no! No!
What?
Oh, he's at the North Yorkshire that week!
Ah.
No! Right, that is it. We need to...
We need to go to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway and blow it up.
Sorry to our friends at the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Wait a minute, do we have any friends at the North Yorkshire Moors Railway?
I think we do. Sorry.
Sorry. It is not our intention to blow the North Yorkshire Moors up.
But Hardy must see that castle unassisted.
Yes. We must do everything for... Yeah. Exactly. They all agree now. So
that's 2.
that's several people in agreement. So yeah, join us on Saturday for 3 hours of hell.
Yes.
Where we may have a roadmap, or we may not have a roadmap.
It's possible that we have, or it's possible we may not have.
Exactly. But he gets the last word of the video, as he always does.
Lunch.